You're coming down the altar. The man says, okay, body. Unfortunately, friends, body is not enough. It's not. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Chizi. I don't know, I feel like somebody new is gonna come here today. So hi, my name is Chizi. I talk all things womanhood, beauty, wellness, lifestyle, faith, all the things, okay? Today I want to talk about Love is Blind, specifically Clay and AD. So I don't have a lot of talking points. I kind of just wanted us to just talk, all right? So make sure you throw your comments in down below. If you don't know about Love is Blind, I didn't either, to be honest. I don't even really watch it like that, but this season I was like, let me actually watch it, and I'm glad I did. I took a couple nuggets from it. The whole premise of the show is to see if love is truly blind. So people basically date behind pods and don't get to see each other the entire time, and by the end of it they need to figure out if they want to like get married. So the man will propose, and it's only if the person says yes, then the two of them will meet and actually see each other face to face and then see if they want to move forward. So basically in the pods, Clay and AD, right, I feel like the vibe that they had was very playful, flirty, right, which is cool, but mind you, we're talking marriage here. Like the whole point of this show is to ultimately find someone to marry. Yeah, they're very playful, flirty, which is all good. But here's the thing, Clay would say things to AD that AD recognized were red flags and things that she did not like. First one, Clay was like, what do you look like? Basically, Clay was saying like, I don't know if I would be able to marry somebody without really like knowing what they look like. Or I don't know if I'll be able to propose to somebody without knowing what they look like. So AD didn't like that because she's like, the whole point of the show is to not see each other, whatever. Now, the way they edited it, I don't know, but AD was like, I don't like that, but then you found her still again dating the man and basically saying she's in love with him, which just didn't make sense. So that may be editing on the like show's part or the production side, but either way, that was the first red flag, but she ignored it, right? Cool. What I'm still not over is like Clay talking about how he in therapy and getting what he needs, which I'm a fan of. You know I'm a fan of therapy, but it's just so funny to me. So yeah, before we get into the video, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, which is BetterHelp, okay? And you guys know I love BetterHelp. They offer online therapy. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. And it's really easy to get started. First, you just go on their site, you just answer a few questions, and BetterHelp will match you with a professional who has years of experience helping people with struggles like yours, okay? Because we all have our separate struggles and you need somebody that is skilled in your area, yeah? And the best part is you can do it all from your phone or your computer via phone call, video chat, or even messaging, you know, whatever works best for you. It's like the easiest way to start talking to a therapist. And yeah, after all of that, you'll get matched with a therapist, usually within 48 hours, so you can get started pretty fast. As you guys know, I absolutely have a therapist because they are the best support. So let BetterHelp connect you with a therapist that will help support you, all from the comfort of your own home. You can visit betterhelp.com. I'll have the link here, and I'll also have the link down in the description box, or you can click my channel name, Chizi Duru, during sign up and enjoy a very special discount on your first month. Make sure you guys check it out. Again, it'll be linked down below, and thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. I honestly don't even know how they made it as far as a proposal in the pods, because from what I remember, they weren't really talking about nothing. They weren't really talking about anything, but I feel like AD really wanted love and Clay presented as a decent guy, right? And they had a lot of sexual chemistry, which you could feel even without necessarily having to see someone. You could just feel it, right? And I feel like that was a big part of the issue, is that she and him, they just led with chemistry, sexual chemistry. What do you actually want in life? When it actually came down to like the important things of what would sustain a marriage, there was really none of that. Let's react to it. That makes sense.
Like, Love is Blind, like, I get it, trust me, I get it. I just want to have that reveal door and, like, you know, be super turned on by my wife, you know?
Do you have, like, a specific thing that you're hoping comes through that door?
My favorite attribute is, like, lips, butt, and all that stuff. If I'm gonna propose, that's something I need to know.
Regardless of the emotional connection.
Regardless of the emotional connection, you know?
Don't want to sell myself based off, like, my physical attribute. That, to me, defeats the purpose. And then I understand that you personally, as the man that you are,
It's a big part of...
it's a lot.
Yeah.
as y'all can see, granted, like Clay, he's entitled to, I guess, wanting to know or like know what somebody physically looks like before he proposes to them. Granted, the whole purpose of the show is literally not to do that, but fine. And I guess my first question to you guys is, do you guys feel like love is actually truly blind? Can you really date somebody? Can you really propose and marry somebody without knowing what they look like? Personally, I couldn't. So I understand. Like, I understand his position, but you're also on Love is Blind. So anywho, so as y'all can see there, she was very upset about it, right? That was a clear turnoff for her, and she felt like that was a red flag. From the looks of it, she was like, I don't want to do this. I don't know how we started from there and then ended to them still like kind of talking. I honestly feel like he was just the only kind of contender really on the show for her. She wanted somebody, so she was able to kind of put that aside and still continue with him. Cool. One of the things that I recognized in AD that I feel like I saw myself and I also see in a lot of women is we present as women that like are confident and love ourselves and know what we want. Oh, I'm never gonna deal with this type of thing. But we turn around and still end up being dogged by that same person somehow, some way, which really I think speaks to an actual internal self-love issue that we're masking with confidence. That's a word. That is a real thing. It's kind of like this hyper confidence that we see a lot of. I feel like that's what I saw with AD. I feel bad that like we're sitting here interrogating this, is the word interrogating? Kind of just sitting here picking apart this woman that is an actual human being. And I hope, you know, she has the support that she needs where she's not taking some of this stuff personally. But honestly, some of this stuff she could really, you know, take back to therapy too. You gotta figure it out. You gotta know what is it that makes you kind of go towards the same guy over and over again. Because she even said that. She said that she finds herself dating the same type of guy, like kind of like the player, bad boy, whatever. That's a sign and a signal that there is a self-love issue there. You kind of don't understand your value. So that's why you end up with people that treat you less than. I feel like being treated less than doesn't necessarily have to look the same for everybody, right? You can be treated badly by somebody that will propose to you, but it's like they still don't value you though. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Clay. Clay was obviously not serious. You know what I'm saying? Like the man was not serious. He wants or he likes the idea of getting married and settling down. But like we saw throughout the show, I think he realized pretty quickly that, oh, I'm actually not ready for any of this. Talk less of marriage. The man was not ready for a relationship, which is why he keeps saying he's gonna be in therapy. So the next thing that really got me was the proposal. The proposal. Clay talks about how, you know, I can't believe, like, why would God even send me here if like it's not to meet you, you know? And then he brings out a Bible. And he's like, can I read a verse to you? I don't even know, what was it? Trust in the Lord, I think it was Proverbs. Yeah, he reads a Bible verse to her and AD is eating it up. And here's what I have to say to that specifically. First off, one of the reasons why I stopped dating in 2022 was after I became serious with my walk with God, right? I knew that I was gonna be susceptible to Christian men. So any type of man that's like saying that he's going after God or doing Bible verses, praying and da 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 da, I knew that I'd be like, oh my gosh, he's like Christian. He must be the one for me. When you don't have the best dating track record, right? Which usually shows that you probably have like a self-love issue. Maybe there's a little bit of a self-worth and value problem. You become susceptible to just men. And then you enter maybe like religion or any type of religious structure of some sort. You can become susceptible to men that now put on that facade. You think that man is for you simply because he loves God. And it's like, no. One, you don't know God for yourself. It'll be hard to like recognize who really loves God for real versus they're just saying that to kind of get with you. I stopped dating so that I could actually build a foundation in Christ for myself and really understand who God was for myself, really know his word, right? So that when somebody comes to me and they're like, yeah, I love God. God told you you're the one for me. You know, that's their favorite line. God said you my wife. That I'll be able to recognize, is this actually from God? Not even is this actually from God, which that's one thing, but you'll be able to judge his life based off of his actions and not just what he's doing. So with Clay, in this situation, this man has not once ever talked about God. This man has not once ever done Bible, but it's the day that he's about to propose to her that he's like, why would God ever send me here? Now he wants to pull out a Bible verse. And AD eats it up because the truth is her and her relationship with God ain't all the way there either. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to recognize a true man of God if you're not a true woman of God, basically, is what I'm trying to say. That took me out. Also, you know he's not really in Christ for real, because if you was really trusting in the Lord with all your understanding, then you would trust that the woman that you fall in love with in the pods is truly your wife, and you won't need to see her. You would have faith that God would make it all work out. Finally, of course, AD says yes, and they are now basically like 2 weeks to the wedding, trying to figure things out. My thing is this: Clay told AD multiple times he was not ready for marriage. We do this thing as women, right? Sometimes where a guy will actually tell you what he's thinking, and it doesn't register. It doesn't register in the brain. Clay told AD multiple times, you know, I'm scared. He kept telling her, I'm scared. I have a lot of demons that I need to fight. His father was a womanizer and cheated on his mom multiple times. Their relationship fell apart. Their marriage fell apart. And because of that, it basically like makes him question if he would be able to be faithful as a husband. I mean, like, what else do you need? The mind is telling you, I will probably not be faithful to you. It's actually so clear. And then AD will be like, you know, I see the work that you're putting in, and you know, I have no doubt that like we're gonna be able to do this. Sometimes as women, we become so engrossed in our delusion and our want and our desire for love so bad, you literally become delusional. You actually know because they're telling you. The guy is literally telling you, right? But that's what happens when you want something so bad, you become blind. It's almost like there's scales on your eyes. You can't even see it. But after the fact, you'll be like, actually, it was actually right in front of me, and like low-key I knew, but I wanted to believe something else. So I feel like that's what happened in terms of her going as far as marriage. And then she also made another classic mistake that a lot of us women, and I just think men and women low-key in general, make, which is leading with sex, leading with your body, and thinking it's gonna keep a man, or thinking it's enough to sustain a long-term relationship, talk less of marriage, okay? It's funny because AD originally was very turned off by the fact that Clay wanted to know what she looked like before he proposed, and he mentioned that like, I want to be attracted to you and things like that. Cool. When they finally met, let's see.
In the flesh. Hey, baby. Hello. What's on you? Hey, doing, baby? Come on, look at it. I know, it's right here, right?
Hi.
The flash. Let me get you a ring, baby. How's it look, baby? It look good?
What you calling me, baby?
Of course. But yeah, I'm definitely impressed. No, I just want to be close to you.
I know. You smell good. I didn't know you were like dark skinned.
Yes, I didn't know either. Look at this. Look at us. I'm happy. No, you're so gorgeous. Look at my baby. I can't believe it. I just want to cuddle and leadership. Kissing AD is electric. Just crazy chemistry, and the body is crazy. It's just like beautiful face, crazy body. Like I think I'm having some fun.
I was basically looking for the part where like AD stands up and then she twirls for him and she's like, you like what you see? Because AD's body goes crazy. We cannot deny it. AD has an amazing, beautiful body. Yeah. And she knows it, right? She knows that she has a great body. Cool. She was expecting, basically, like, as you can see, Clay was enthralled by the fact that, you know, she has a great body. Cool. And guess what? Their sexual chemistry was incredible. Lovely, I guess. But that's all they had, guys. Like, they just had sex. They just had sex. That's what honestly kept them up until the altar. They just kept having sex with each other, and you know, their sexual chemistry was there, but that's all there was to it. And AD kept leading with that. She led with her body, she led with sex, she led with the fact that she knew that he was attracted to her. But that type of attraction is not all that's gonna keep something like marriage. Marriage is more than sex. If you're having sex before the marriage, then surely it's not the sex that's gonna keep the marriage. You don't need the marriage to have the sex. Again, if this one was a true Christian mind, y'all wouldn't be having sex in the first place. And honestly, if there's anything that I have learned in this life, when you take sex off the table, it teaches you a lot about yourself, and it teaches you a lot about other people, and you are able to judge situations so much more clearly because you're not clouded by sex. Man, it's crazy. Personally, I don't know how you would be able to just stop having sex without the Spirit of God, but But if you can take sex off the table, it makes life so much simpler. Sex is only one part of the issue. I'll say that, actually. It's not gonna alleviate every single problem. You know why? Because there's still a foundational problem of her lack of self-love and just the fact that she doesn't know her self-worth. By the way, I'm only focusing on AD really because she's a woman. It's not that we're not talking about Clay and that like this is all AD's fault and not Clay's fault. No, he has a part to play too. This is a channel for women. You know what I'm saying? So we can only talk, I can only talk from a woman's perspective. Clay was definitely in the wrong too, and we'll get on him in a second. So yeah, stop having sex. Actually, comment down below if you guys want me to share like my abstinence journey. The girl is definitely abstinent now, because what you don't realize sometimes as like when you're sexual, right? Granted, yes, being sexual is an innate human nature. It's a part of our nature, right? But I really do believe God created sex for marriage for a reason, to avoid a lot of nonsense. To avoid a lot of nonsense. Like, bro, this world would be so much simpler if we all just stopped having sex with people that we're just not married to. Crucify me, what is it? It's true. And anybody that has a kid with somebody that they're not with, they will tell you, listen, just wait. Try and wait as long as possible because it don't be worth it half the time. I know. Last things last, we need to talk about the wedding. Wedding day, oh, hey, wedding day, nah. Okay, so let's quickly go through Clay and AD, the wedding.
Okay, body.
You see the material? Oh my God.
You okay?
Please. Please. Hey, God. You're coming down the altar. The man says, okay, body. Yo, when Clay said that, I immediately knew, oh yeah. I mean, I already knew that their relationship wasn't gonna work, but I knew for sure this man was saying no today, because you didn't say, you know, you look beautiful. Wow, it was okay, body. And Miss Ma'am said, you see the material. I feel like that was actually really telling, guys. That's all he saw. That's all he saw. And honestly, unfortunately, AD led with her body, even down to the wedding dress. It's really interesting when you decide to just step out the matrix for a second and just look at things from a different lens. And you guys know, like, I've been trying to dress a little bit more modestly now, and I definitely notice how some of the outfits that I would choose to wear and that a lot of us women choose to wear sends a message that low-key expresses how we really feel about ourselves. When you expose your body a lot, it sends a message that this is what I know makes me beautiful. And I know it's not that black and white, but just journey with me for a second, okay? It's your wedding day. Was this the day to be doing a super intense thigh high slit? It was so much for a wedding. It really was. And guess what? He responded in what you gave him. Okay, body. And Miss Ma'am said, you see the material. Well, yes, we do. So that was the first issue. Let's keep watching.
AD, I love you. I don't think it's responsible for me to say I do. I still need to get to the point where I'm 100% in. I'm gonna put the work in for you, and we'll go through this together, and you deserve the best. And if I'm not ready to give that 100%, I won't go there with you when I'm not ready.
Unfortunately, friends, body is not enough. So I felt for AD here, right? Because it's like this man humiliated her, not only in front of her friends and her family, but on national television and on her wedding day. But here's the thing. Clay was telling this girl from time, I'm not ready to get married. Granted, Clay, you had there was no reason why this man had to wait up until the wedding day to tell her this. Like, he always knew that he wasn't going to marry this woman. He always knew. And the funny thing about his face all the time, I feel like his face is always like, yeah. I just feel like he's always thinking something. I don't know. Honestly, I'm shocked that she genuinely believed this man was gonna marry her. I'm shocked, but I'm also not shocked at the same time, because when you want something so bad, you really will allow yourself to believe whatever you want to believe and ignore every sign there is. It's kind of like Miss Risa Tisa, you know? Us women, we be doing it. It's bad. And I really do believe it all boils down to a lack of self-worth. When you do not know who you are, you don't know what you carry, you don't know how beautiful you truly are, not based off of what you look like on the outside, but what is inside of you, and also whose you are. I feel like half of us do not know why we are on this earth. I'm gonna go on a tangent. Half of us do not know why we're on this earth. We don't know who created us. We don't know who our father is. And because we don't know, we entertain things that just don't make sense. Man, I feel like God is dealing with me so much on this. He's dealing with me so much on this. So that's why I said I see a lot of myself in AD. I really do. Because I feel like people will be like, you know, girl, you just gotta love yourself. It's really hard to love yourself when you don't even know how to love yourself, because you don't know who you are. It's hard to see yourself. And that's why I was saying in my video where I said that I stopped dating men for a year, right? That's why I started to like really seek God, because the Bible says that God is love. He is the epitome of love. So if I want to know how to love myself and know who I am, then why not go to the epitome of love, basically, for him to show me how to love, who to love, to understand what really is love in the first place, so that I can give that to myself, and so that I can recognize when someone truly loves me. Because I do think our definition of love is not what love actually is. This was crazy. This episode, I was like, nah. I said this season, especially with Clay and AD specifically, I feel like there was something you could learn from all of the characters, but I really wanted to hone in on Clay and AD because it was important. There is so much more to unpack, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just gonna stop it here. Please let me know you guys' thoughts down below if you guys have watched the season. I need to watch the reunion because I'm late, but either way, let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? And yeah, if you guys want me to do maybe another reaction, maybe to the reunion or something, also let me know that. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.